The Supreme Court will hear arguments later this morning over storybooks, specifically those including LGBTQ characters. The case started in a school district in suburban Maryland and made it all the way to the nation's highest court. CBS News chief legal correspondent Jan Crawford is following all of this for us and joins us now from our Washington bureau with more. Jan, good morning to you. So who are the plaintiffs in this case and what are both sides arguing?
Well, good morning, Errol. So it's a group of parents, and they're from a variety of religious backgrounds, Muslims, Catholics, Jewish parents, and they argue that they have a right under the Constitution to kind of pull their kids out of these classrooms because these lessons violate their religious beliefs. So they are asking for an accommodation from the school district. In fact, we have a sound from one of those parents. If you want to take a listen to that, she explains it.
Parents are not comfortable having their children exposed to these things at such an early age. I mean, we're talking about pre-K and elementary school kids. These are not adults or young children in their youth who are matured enough that the parents have agreed to put in these classes. These are kids that do not even know what the terms mean.
Parents on the other side say these are just storybooks with gay and lesbian characters, and they're not, involving any lessons. They're just daily life and representative of the community in this suburban county.
So interesting, Jan. And I understand the school district did have an opt-out policy for these types of lessons, but then retracted it. Why is that?
Well, some schools and principals were letting parents take their kids who had these religious objections out of the classrooms when the teachers would read the storybooks. But too many people were taking advantage of it. It was over 1,000 parents. It was disruptive. Montgomery County is one of the most religiously diverse counties in the country. So a lot of parents were taking their kids out of the classroom. Now, parents on the other side say not only was it disruptive, but it also was divisive because, these books were supposed to be about inclusiveness. And instead, when parents were taking their kids out of the classroom, that meant it felt the opposite of that it was very divisive.
And what kind of precedent might a ruling in this case set? I'm trying to figure out if this is about free speech or religious liberty. What's at stake?
It's really an important religious liberty case, and what parents and what say they may have in their kids' educations in public schools. So you see now, especially with some of the homeschooling movements and people looking for alternatives to public schools, if these parents lose here, I think you could see those movements really continue at a faster rate. But it's about how parents can have say in their kids' education.
Yeah, really important topic. Jan, you're across it all. Thanks so much. Great to see you this morning.